Canelo Alvarez is gearing up for what may be the toughest fight of his storied career. The undisputed super middleweight champion is set to defend his titles later this year against Terence Crawford, who will make a bold move by jumping up 2 weight classes to the 168-pound division. While Canelo holds a clear size and weight advantage, he is leaving nothing to chance, knowing Crawford's skill set presents a formidable challenge. Fucking Froggerman Rodero. Let's look him up. As the first boxer in history to become the undisputed champion at super middleweight, Alvarez remains one of the sport's most decorated fighters. However, Crawford, already an undisputed champion in 2 weight classes during the 4-belt era, brings his exceptional in-ring mobility, technical boxing ability, and sharp counterpunching to the fight.
Boom, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom,
This high-stakes matchup has fans buzzing as both fighters aim to cement their legacies. Canelo, who has experienced just 2 losses in his professional career, understands the gravity of this fight. A defeat would not only mark his 3rd loss, but could also signal the end of his reign as one of boxing's dominant champions.
You're on weight, you're one of the best fighters in history, but you're very successful. You don't have to work hard. You could retire today if you wanted to.
I love boxing. I love boxing and I love being fighting.
Determined to avoid such a fate, Canelo has intensified his training regimen. Working under the guidance of his longtime trainer, Eddie Reynoso, he is sharpening his skills, focusing on defensive maneuvers, strategic game plans, and conditioning to ensure he is prepared for Crawford's speed and versatility.
Desde muy temprano hay que salirnos de nuestra zona de comodidad.
His training schedule is grueling, 6 days a week with 2 sessions daily. Mornings start with a run at 6 a.m., followed by a power nap and an afternoon session focused on boxing techniques. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are reserved for exercises like shadow boxing, heavy bag work, and strategy refinement. On Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, Canelo engages in sparring sessions to simulate fight conditions, visualizing himself in the ring.
Al 100%.
End quote. Canelo has enlisted top-tier sparring partners to help him prepare, including former lightweight champion Teofimo Lopez. The pair recently trained together near Lake Tahoe, where videos of their sparring sessions went viral. The footage showcased Canelo working on defensive movements, waist agility, and precision, with Reynoso overseeing the action. Canelo's love for boxing remains a driving force behind his continued dedication to the sport. Despite his many accolades, he has said, "I love boxing," emphasizing his passion as the motivation for staying active in the ring. However, fans have expressed mixed feelings about this fight, with some urging him to consider retiring as a champion rather than risking a loss to Crawford, a smaller fighter moving up in weight. I think this statement really shows the motif of people. Like, who are your bosses don't care. You know, like, this bout represents more than just a title defense for Canelo. It's a pivotal moment in his career. Should he emerge victorious, he would reinforce his dominance in the sport. A loss, however, could lead to him passing the torch to Crawford, signaling a potential shift in boxing's power dynamics. On the other side, Crawford faces a monumental challenge. Moving up 2 weight classes to face a larger, physically stronger opponent is no small feat. Yet, his track record as a pound-for-pound great and his mastery of multiple boxing styles make him a credible threat to Canelo's reign. Canelo Alvarez continues to fine-tune his skills as he prepares for his next super middleweight title defense, scheduled for Mexican Independence Day.
Eres más joven que él, Saúl, ¿eh? Eres más joven que él, hay que aprovechar eso, hijo, ¿eh?
In a recent training session, Alvarez was seen sharing tactical advice with sparring partner Teofimo Lopez, offering insights on how to maneuver when trapped against the ropes. This collaboration has generated significant buzz online, with fans and analysts alike eager to see the results of his rigorous preparation. Alvarez is training under the guidance of his legendary coach Eddie Reynoso.
Así, güey. Póngase bien. Listo, cabrón. Chile huevos, cabrón. ¿Eh? Siéntase, mijo. Se acabó.
With whom he shares one of boxing's most successful partnerships. Their relationship, which began in 2003 when a 14-year-old Alvarez walked into Reynoso's gym in Guadalajara, has grown into a bond akin to that of family. Reynoso's training has been pivotal in transforming Alvarez into one of boxing's best pound-for-pound fighters, earning multiple world titles across different weight classes. The focus on Alvarez's preparation comes as speculation swirls around a potential blockbuster fight with Terence Crawford. Crawford, the undisputed champion at welterweight and a fighter known for his exceptional skill and versatility, has reportedly expressed interest
La goma. Ya está, ya. Mijo, siguen 3 rounds, hay que hacerlo con velocidad, con inteligencia, güey. ¿Eh? Sí. ¿Cómo te sientes? ¿Te lastimó? ¿Eh?
in moving up to super middleweight to challenge Alvarez. While Crawford acknowledges the significant size disadvantage he would face against the naturally larger Alvarez, he remains confident in his ability to adapt and impose his style. Crawford's move to super middleweight would be historic, but some analysts question whether he can compete effectively at 168 pounds. His recent win at super welterweight against Israel Madrimov, while a victory, did not showcase the dominance expected of him, fueling skepticism about his ability to handle the physicality of a higher weight class. Despite these doubts, the possibility of Crawford facing Alvarez
hardcore boxing fans, they know Crawford can beat Canelo, just like they knew Bud was going to be fit. It's real simple. Real simple. You just got to know boxing in order for you to be able to say it.
has captured the imagination of boxing fans, promising a clash of power, technique, and charisma. Other potential opponents for Alvarez include Christian Mobili, an undefeated 29-year-old Frenchman with a 28-0 record, and William Skull, the International Boxing Federation challenger. However, Skull may be less likely as Alvarez was stripped of his IBF title after declining to face the Cuban fighter earlier. The potential bout between Saul Canelo Alvarez and Terence Bud Crawford has become one of the most anticipated matchups in boxing, with Saudi Arabia rumored to be a driving force behind its organization.
I don't know, man. I don't know. They still got to work things out and see where they go from here.
Trainer Robert Garcia recently weighed in on the fight, acknowledging Alvarez's size and strength advantage over Crawford, while also discussing the latter's legacy and future in the sport, who, according to All Judge, takes every season competing with his wife, Crawford, while also discussing the latter's legacy and future in the sport. Garcia suggested that Crawford, a 37-year-old four-weight world champion and the current unified light middleweight champion, might consider retiring if the fight with Alvarez doesn't materialize. Crawford is a smart man, Garcia told Fight Hype. He's already achieved everything he wanted. He doesn't need to challenge himself anymore or prove anything to anyone. If he doesn't get that fight with Canelo, I wouldn't be surprised if he hangs up his gloves. Garcia also pointed out that Crawford has options in the junior middleweight division, such as World Boxing Council and World Boxing Organization champion Sebastian Fundora.
desde muy temprano hay que salirnos de nuestra zona de comodidad.
Or International Boxing Federation champion Bahram Murtazaliev. Other potential opponents include Jermel Charlo, Virgil Ortiz Jr., Serhii Bohachuk, and Xander Zayes. However, Garcia believes Crawford's career achievements, undefeated record, and financial stability mean he has nothing left to prove, and his only motivation for fighting again would be a showdown with Alvarez. If the fight happens, Garcia predicts it could be competitive early on, with Crawford's tactical intelligence, speed, and power allowing him to hold his own against Alvarez for 6 to 8 rounds. Crawford has great skills and strength, Garcia said. He could earn Canelo's respect and put on an entertaining performance. But eventually, I think Canelo's size and power would be too much. The 34-year-old Alvarez, the unified super middleweight champion, is widely regarded as one of the greatest fighters of his generation. Known for his pressure fighting, counter-punching ability, and iron chin, the Mexican has captured titles in 4 divisions, winning 62 bouts in his illustrious career. Meanwhile, Crawford's switch-hitting style and tactical versatility have earned him praise as one of boxing's most cerebral fighters, with an undefeated record of 41 wins, 31 by knockout. While the fight remains speculative, the clash of these two boxing giants has captivated fans and experts alike. However, not all discussions surrounding the fight have been positive. Boxing trainer Stephen Edwards recently revealed he faced racist abuse and hateful messages for publicly picking Crawford to defeat Alvarez if the fight takes place. "I get more hateful emails than you could imagine," Edwards said, according to BoxingScene.com. "Just because I pick Crawford, people send me racist and abusive messages. It's bizarre and obsessive." Alvarez, the 34-year-old unified super middleweight champion, has made it clear he won't drop weight for any fight, meaning a contest with Crawford would take place at 168 pounds. Meanwhile, Crawford, the 37-year-old undefeated 4-division champion and current unified light middleweight champion, would need to move up 14 pounds from his last bout. Despite the daunting challenge, Crawford appears willing to test his limits. Boxing legends have weighed in on the hypothetical matchup. Tyson Fury, speaking on TNT Sports Boxing, highlighted the weight disparity, suggesting it would favor Alvarez at super middleweight. "At 168, I'd back Canelo. At 140, I'd back Crawford," Fury said. "It's a tough fight because of the weight." Mike Tyson echoed similar concerns, noting the physical differences between the fighters. "It's too much weight for Crawford," Tyson said on the Come and Talk to Me podcast. He had a tough fight with his last opponent, Israel Madrimov, who was big and awkward. Moving up to face Canelo is a massive step. Crawford, however, remains undeterred. Speaking to Yahoo Sports before his fight with Madrimov, he explained his willingness to rise through the ranks to challenge the best. "I moved up in weight because I wanted to fight the best guy in the division," Crawford said. "It's about knowing the right time for your body to make that move." Whether or not the fight happens, the prospect of Alvarez versus Crawford has captured the imagination of boxing fans worldwide. It's a fight that would test Crawford's ambition and skill against Alvarez's power and experience, with the potential to cement legacies on both sides. For more updates on the latest boxing news, moments, and analysis, stay connected by subscribing to our channel and turning on notifications for fresh content. Stay tuned for what's next in the world of boxing.